Kindly follow me on my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. In this video for grade 9 mathematics, we will talk about the 6 trigonometric ratios or functions. It includes the sine, cosine, tangent, secant, cosecant, and cotangent. There are 6 functions that are the core of trigonometry. There are 3 primary ones that you need to understand completely, and those are the sine, na may abbreviation of SIN, followed by the cosine, and the tangent or tan. The other 3 are not used as often and can be derived from the 3 primary functions. Because they can easily be derived, calculators and spreadsheets do not usually have them. And those are the secant, cosecant, and cotangent. All 6 functions have 3-letter abbreviations. So, heto ang mga bagay na kailangan nyong tandaan pagdating sa 6 trigonometric ratios. The sine and theta are married to each other. They are not treated as product of sine and theta. They are inseparable. So, sine theta is not equal to sine times theta dahil ang theta ay symbol or nire-represent ang angle. This is true for all trigonometric ratios. So, let us consider the right triangle at the right. So, pangalanan natin ang right triangle as triangle A, B, C. Na kung saan, sa right triangle, ang C ay palagi pong angle ng right angle or nag-form siya ng letter L wherein may measure siya ng exactly 90 degrees. Palagi pong ang C ay nandito sa right angle. At ang side opposite ng angle na ito or ng right angle, ang tinatawag nating hypotenuse. At ang hypotenuse naman ay may katabi na adjacent. So, ang side na ito ay tinatawag na adjacent. At ang side naman na ito ay tinatawag naman na opposite. So, for example, meron tayong given angle dito or yung angle theta na nagre-represent sa angle. So, when we said theta, it represents the measure of angle B in either degrees or radians. So, ang theta na ito ang nagre-represent sa sukat ng angle B. And then, A, which is adjacent to the angle theta or katabi or malapit sa angle theta. So, A is the length of the side adjacent to theta or angle B. And then, B naman is opposite or katapat siya ng angle theta. So, B is the length of the side opposite theta or angle B. And C, which is the hypotenuse, is the length of the hypotenuse. So, remember, ang C po ay palaging yung paslant wherein iyon yung hypotenuse at opposite siya ng right angle. And then, yung side naman na katabi o malapit sa angle ang tinatawag na adjacent at ang side naman na nasa tapat ng angle or given angle, iyon yung tinatawag nating opposite side. So, for each angles B or A, there are 6 functions. Each function is the ratio of 2 sides of the triangle. The only difference between the 6 functions is which pair of sides we use. So, meron tayong 6 functions at meron tayong ginagamit na formula sa bawat function. So, for example, sa sine, gawin nating halimbawa yung angle B or angle theta. So, kung pagbabasehan natin yung angle B, ang formula para sa sine ng B is opposite over hypotenuse. So, kung ito yung angle B, ang formula ng sine is opposite divided by hypotenuse. And then, for the cosine, that is cosine B is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And for the tangent, that is tan B equals opposite over adjacent. Next is yung tatlo nating secondary functions which are the cosecant, secant, and cotangent. So, ang formula ng cosecant is CSC of B or angle B is equal to hypotenuse over opposite or kabaligtaran siya or reciprocal siya ng formula ng sine. Kaya magiging 1 divided by sine B. Dahil ang formula ng sine ay opposite over hypotenuse, so ang cosecant naman ay pinagpalit ang posisyon ng hypotenuse at ng opposite. Next is the secant or sec B is equal to hypotenuse over adjacent or reciprocal naman siya ng cosine. And last is the cotangent or cot B is equal to adjacent over opposite or reciprocal naman siya ng tangent. So, meron tayong tinatawag na SOHCAHTOA. It is a mnemonic used for remembering the equations. So, kapag sinabing mnemonic, gumagamit tayo ng patterns or acronyms para mas madali nating maalala ang equations or given words. So, ito yung halimbawa which is the SOHCAHTOA. These 9 letters are a memory aid to remember the ratios for the 3 primary functions, and those are the sine, cosine, and tangent. It is pronounced a bit like SOHCAHTOA. Their ratios are constant because the functions are a ratio of two side lengths, so they always produce the same result for a given angle, regardless of the size of the triangle. It can also be SOHCAHTOA, COTAO, SECA, COSECO. So, ang ating acronyms na ito ay nagre-represent sa 6 o sa 6 trigonometric functions at kasama na rin dito yung kanilang formula. So, for example, sa SO, where S stands for the sine, and then ang formula ng sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And then yung ka naman is cosine. Cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And then yung pangatlo is TOA, wherein yung T is yung ating tangent. Tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. And then COTAO, that is cotangent, is equal to adjacent over opposite. And then secant equals hypotenuse over adjacent. And the last is coseco or cosecant is equal to hypotenuse over opposite. So, kapag na-memorize nyo ang mnemonics na ito, automatic hindi na kayo malilito sa formula ng 6 trigonometric ratios. So, let us now proceed on the examples. Letter A, solving a right triangle given the length of the hypotenuse and the measure of one acute angle. So, again, meron tayong given na hypotenuse or letter C or side C which is equal to 12. And then we have the given measure of one acute angle which is angle A and equal siya sa 53 degrees. So, gamit ang given angle A at side C which is 12, kailangan nating mahanap ang measures ng side A, side B, at angle B. So, pagbasehan natin or tingnan natin mabuti ang given right triangle. Again, kapag may nakita kayong ganitong symbol, automatic ang sukat ng angle na ito is exactly 90 degrees. So, hindi na natin pa kailangang hanapin ang sukat nito. So, hahanapin na lang natin yung sukat ng angle B. Okay, so proceed tayo sa paghahanap ng side A. So, ano nga ba sa sine, cosine, at tangent ang gagamitin nating formula? So, base sa ating given angle A at side C, so kung ang hahanapin natin ay side A, ang side A ay opposite ng angle A. At ang C ay hypotenuse. So, meron tayong opposite at hypotenuse. So, sa tatlong trigonometric functions or ratio, opposite and hypotenuse ay nag-fall sa sine. Meaning, ang gagamitin nating formula is sine. So, this will be sine A is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Paano naging sine A? Yung A, iyon yung given angle natin. And then, yung opposite, iyon yung formula or opposite over hypotenuse, iyon yung formula ng sine. Okay. So let us now substitute the given values in our formula. Since ang angle A ay may sukat na 53 degrees, papalitan natin iyon ng 53 degrees. And then yung hypotenuse or C ay papalitan naman natin ng 12. So therefore, this will become sine 53 degrees is equal to A over 12. Since wala pa tayong value ng A, so ginawa nating A yung opposite. Okay, so for us to find the value of A, kailangan magsama yung may value which is sine 53 degrees at 12. So, paano natin gagawin or paano natin sila pagsasamahin? So, kapag meron tayong whole number at fraction, kailangan natin ma-convert ang whole number na ito sa fraction by just having the denominator which is 1. Palagi pong may denominator na 1 ang kahit anong whole number. And then, let us apply the cross multiplication, wherein imumultiply natin ang 1 sa A at imumultiply natin ang 12 sa sine 53 degrees, kaya magiging A equals 12 times sine 53 degrees. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, nagtabi ang whole number at ang trigo function or trigonometric function. So, ang una natin gagawin is gumamit ng calculator para mahanap ang value ng sine 53 degrees. So, using your scientific calculator, itatype nyo lamang or pipindutin nyo lang doon yung may word na sine or SIN, and then itype nyo yung number na 53. Pwedeng lagyan nyo ng degrees or pwedeng hindi na dahil tulad lang din naman yung kalalabasan na sagot. So, ang lalabas na sagot sa inyong calculator is 0.79863551. Again, kinalcule muna ang sine 53 degrees. So, kailangan natin iyong i-multiply sa 12. And then, yung nakuha nyong sagot or yung nakuha nyong product, which is this one, is imumultiply nyo sa 12. Therefore, the value of side A is 9.58 or whole number 10. Kapag sinabi ng teacher no na i-round off into whole number, so ang gamitin yung answer is 10. So, isulat na natin ang 10 dito sa side A. Ayan, so meron na tayong value ng A. Proceed na tayo sa paghahanap ng value ng side B. Okay, magbase tayo sa given angle A. So, ang B or side B ay malapit sa angle A, meaning siya ay adjacent. And then, meron tayong given na hypotenuse. So, adjacent and hypotenuse. So, nag-fall siya sa cosine, which is cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So, gamitin natin ang cosine A is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Again, isubstitute lang natin yung given. So, magiging cosine 53 degrees is equal to B over 12. Again, yung ating gagamiting angle is yung may given value which is 53 degrees at iyon ay angle A, kaya palagi pong A yung ating ginagamit. Okay, so again, kapag may whole number dito, palagi po natin siyang lagyan ng denominator na 1 para magkatulad na silang fractions. And then apply the cross multiplication. Let us multiply 1 times B and 12 times cosine 53 degrees. And then, kapag magmumultiply tayo, huwag muna natin pansinin yung 12. Using the scientific calculator, i-type or pindutin ang cosine or cos, and then i-type ang 53 or 53 degrees. So, ang kalalabasang sagot is 0.60181503. And then, yung nakuha niyong sagot is i-multiply sa 12. Therefore, the value of B is equal to 7.22 or whole number 7. So, ilagay na natin yung nakuha nating value ng side B which is 7. So, let us now proceed in finding the measure of angle B. So, ito yung angle B natin. Meron na tayong measure ng angle A which is 53 degrees at yung C ay palagi pong 90 degrees. So, since angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees, so isubstitute na natin yung mga given angles or degrees. So, ang angle A ay may 53 degrees plus angle B, since wala pa tayong value ng angle B, plus 90 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Next is to combine like terms. So, i-add lang muna natin ang 53 at ang 90. So, magiging angle B plus 143 degrees equals 180 degrees. Okay, next is combine like terms again. So, ang 143 at 180 ay parehong constant. So, pagsamahin natin silang dalawa by transposing or ilipat natin ang positive 143 dito sa right side ng equation. So, kapag nagtatranspose tayo, ang positive po o ang plus ay magiging minus. So, this will become angle B is equal to 180 degrees minus 143 degrees. So, i-minus lang natin yan. So, therefore, the value of angle B is 37 degrees. Ayan. So, kumpleto na ang sukat ng tatlong sides at tatlong angles. Let us now proceed on the second example, letter B. Solving a right triangle given the length of one of the legs and the measure of one acute angle. So kung kanina sa letter A, ang given ay isang angle at hypotenuse, dito naman, ang given ay isang angle at isa sa mga legs. So, nawawala ang measure ng hypotenuse or ng side C, ng side A, at ng angle A. So, meron tayong given angle B which is 67 degrees and side B which is 10.6. So, simulan nating hanapin ang paghahanap ng side A or value ng side A. So, kung ito yung A, meron tayong given na value ng B and then angle B. So, dito tayo magfo-focus or magbabase ng formulang gagamitin natin. Angle B, side A, siya ay adjacent at ang B naman ay opposite niya. So, meron tayong adjacent at opposite. So, sa tatlong trigonometric ratio, ang gagamitin natin is tangent since involved dito ang formula o ang word na opposite at adjacent. So, this will become tangent B, since B yung ating given angle, is equal to opposite over adjacent. So, isubstitute lang natin yung given values. Tangent 67 degrees is equal to A over 10.6. Again, since ang hinahanap natin ay value ng side A, gawin muna nating A yung nawawalang value. So, meron tayong whole number and then fraction. So, gawin natin itong fraction. Lagyan natin ng denominator which is 1 and then apply the cross multiplication. So, 1 times A and 10.6 times tangent 67 degrees. This will become A equals 10.6 times tangent 67 degrees. Again, using your scientific calculator, i-type nyo lang or pindutin nyo lang yung tangent or tan and then 67 degrees. So, ang sagot doon is 2.355852366. And then, i-multiply lang natin sa 10.6. Therefore, the value of side A is 24.97 or 25. So, isulat na natin yung 25 dun sa side A. Next is finding the value of side C or yung hypotenuse. So, magbabase ulit tayo dito sa angle B. Angle B, ito ay hypotenuse. At ito naman ay, o yung given natin ay opposite. So, opposite at hypotenuse. So, gagamitin natin ang sine. So, this will become sine B is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Substitute the values. So, magiging sine 67 degrees is equal to 10.6 over C. And then, gawing fraction, so over 1, cross multiply, and then, i-multiply lang natin ang C sa sine 67 degrees, or pagtabihin lang natin, and then, 1 times 10.6 is 10.6. So, kailangan nating mahanap ang value ng C. Paano natin aalisin ang sine 67 degrees sa tabi ng C? Ang gagawin natin is to divide both sides by sine 67 degrees para makancel natin dito yung sine 67. And then, ang matitira na lang is C. Kaya magiging C equals 10.67 divided by sine 67 degrees. And then, kinalky natin yung sine 67 degrees, kaya naging 0.920504853. Again, 10, and then over, kinuha natin sa calculator ang value ng sine 67 which is this one. So, for us to get the side of or the value of side C, i-divide lang natin ang 10.6 dito. Therefore, the value of side C is 11.52 or 12. So, ilagay natin dito ang value ng side C. So, proceed na tayo sa paghahanap ng value ng angle A. Since angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees, so, isulat lang natin ulit yung angle A since wala pa tayong value ng angle A. And then, angle B has the measure of 67 degrees and angle C has the measure of 90 degrees equals 180 degrees. Combine like terms, so i-add lang natin ang 67 at 90 kaya magiging angle A plus 157 degrees equals 180 degrees. And then transpose positive 157 or plus 157. Kapag tinranspose, ito ay magiging minus. And then 180 degrees minus 157 degrees is 23 degrees, which is the measure of angle A. Third example, letter C, solving a right triangle given the length of the hypotenuse and a leg. So kung mapapansin nyo, wala na tayong given na isa man sa mga angles. So ang given lang ay isang leg at isang hypotenuse. So let us first find the measure of angle A. So kung ang angle A ang hinahanap natin, so mag-focus tayo sa angle na to at ang side A niya is opposite at ang C naman ay hypotenuse. So, opposite and hypotenuse, therefore, we will use the formula of sine. So, for the solution, sine A, since A yung hinahanap natin, is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. And then, isubstitute lang natin yung 4 at 11. So, magiging sine A is equal to 4 over 11. And then, i-divide lang natin yung 4 at 11. So, magiging 0.363636363 and so on. Okay. Ang hinahanap natin is measure of angle A. So, kailangan nating alisin yung word na sine. So, paano natin yun naalisin? Kailangan natin siyang ilipat dito sa right side ng equation or itabi natin siya sa decimal number para makuha natin yung measure ng angle A. So, kung ang sine dito ay may positive na exponent or invisible positive 1 dito, kapag tinranspose natin dito sa right side, ito ay magiging A equals the inverse of sine or sine raised to negative 1 and then multiplied it by the decimal number. And then, using your scientific calculator, sa halip na i-type or pindutin ang sine, ang gagawin nyo is pindutin nyo muna yung shift and then sine. Again, shift or second function, may makikita kayo dyan na 2ndf or yung word na shift. Pindutin ang shift, and then pindutin yung sign, and then i-type yung nakuha nyong decimal number. So, therefore, the measure of angle A is 21.32 or 21. So, ilagay na natin yung sukat ng angle A dito, which is 21 degrees. And then, proceed na tayo sa paghahanap ng measure ng angle B. So, dito naman tayo magpo-focus. Ang angle B, ang A dito ay adjacent sa kanya or malapit sa kanya, and then meron tayong hypotenuse. So, adjacent and hypotenuse, so ang gagamitin natin sa paghahanap ng angle B is cosine. So, magiging cosine B is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Again, ang hinahanap natin ay measure ng angle B, kaya B yung nilagay natin dito. Okay, substitute the values. So, cosine B is equal to 4 over 11, i-divide ang 4 over 11, so ganun pa rin yung sagot, 0.363636363. And then, kailangan nating alisin or mailipat ang cosine dito sa right side ng equation para mahanap natin yung angle B or measure ng angle B. So, ang cosine ay magiging cosine raised to negative 1 or inverse ng cosine. Again, using your scientific calculator, pindutin ang shift or pindutin ang second function and then pindutin yung cosine and then i-type yung nakuha nyong sagot. Therefore, the measure of angle B is 68.68 or 69 degrees. So, proceed na tayo sa paghahanap ng measure ng side B. So, kung meron na tayong measure ng A at C at ang nawawala ay side B, gagamitin natin ang Pythagorean Theorem. So, the formula for Pythagorean theorem is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. So, palagi po naka-squared yung value ng side C, side A, at side B. So, let us substitute the given values A and C. So, this will become 11 squared is equal to 4 squared plus b squared. Wala pa tayong value ng b. And then, i-squared lang natin yung 11 at yung 4. So, 11 squared is the same as 11 times 11. So, that will become 121 equals 16 plus b squared. And then, let us just transpose positive 16 dito sa sa left side ng equation para magsama sila ng dalawang constants. So, this will become 121 minus 16 is equal to b squared. And then, i-minus lang natin 121 minus 16 is 105 equals b squared. Wala pa tayong value ng letter B. So, para maalis natin yung exponent na 2, kukunin lang natin yung square root ng 105 at square root ng B squared. Therefore, the value of B is 10.25. Fourth example, or letter D, solving a right triangle given the length of the two legs. So, ngayon, ang given naman natin ay dalawang legs. So, we have to find the measure of angle A, angle B, and the side C or yung hypotenuse. So, simulan natin sa angle A. Para mahanap natin yung measure ng angle A, magfo-focus tayo or we have to find the formula for angle A. So, ang given is side A, which is opposite sa kanya, at side B, which is adjacent or malapit sa kanya. So, opposite and adjacent, therefore, we will use the formula of tangent. So, for the solution, this will become tangent A, since A or angle A yung hinahanap natin, is equal to opposite over adjacent. And then, isubstitute lang natin yung ating given, tangent A equals 28 over 35. And then, i-divide lang natin yung dalawa. 28 divided by 35 is 0.8. Again, hahanapin natin yung measure ng angle A. So, we have to transpose or ilipat natin yung tangent or positive tangent dito sa right side or sa other side ng equal sign. So, ito ay magiging A equals tangent raised to negative 1 or inverse tangent multiplied by 0.8. Again, using your scientific calculator, pindutin muna ang shift or pindutin ang second function and then pindutin ang tan and then i-type ang 0.8. Therefore, the value of angle A is 38.66 or 39 degrees. So, ilagay na natin dito ang 39 degrees. So, kapag naghahanap tayo ng measure ng alinmang angles, huwag kakalimutan ang unit which is degrees. Okay, next is the measure of angle B. Kung angle B naman ang hinahanap natin at meron tayong given na A at B, so ang angle B, ang A niya is adjacent sa kanya or malapit at ang B naman na ito ay opposite sa kanya. So, adjacent and opposite, gagamitin ulit natin ang tangent. So, tangent B, since B yung hinahanap natin, is equal to opposite over adjacent. Again, substitute the values. Tangent B equals 35 over 28. So, kung dito, ang 28 ay yung opposite dahil ang A ay opposite ng angle A. So, dito naman, ang opposite naman natin ay yung 35, which is B, dahil ang angle B, ang opposite niya ay side B. Okay, so i-divide natin 35 divided by 28 is 1.25 and then i-transpose natin ang positive tangent sa other side ng equal sign. So magiging B is equal to tangent raised to negative 1 or inverse tangent times 1.25. Again, pindutin ang shift sa calculator or second function and then pindutin ang tangent and then i-type ang 1.25. Therefore, the measure of angle B is 51.34 or 51 degrees. So, ilagay na natin dito ang 51 degrees. So, proceed na tayo sa paghahanap ng measure ng side C or ng hypotenuse. So, for us to find the measure of side C, we have to use the Pythagorean theorem. Again, meron siyang formula na C squared equals A squared plus B squared. So, isubstitute lang natin yung value ng A at B. So this will become c squared is equal to 28 squared plus 35 squared. So again, 28 squared is the same as 28 times 28. So 28 squared is equal to 784 plus 35 squared, or 35 times 35 is 1,225. So i-add lang natin yung dalawang numbers. So this will become 2009. And then, para mahanap natin yung value ng c or ng side c, since may squared, so kukunin lang natin ang square root ng c squared at square root ng 2009. Kasi kung ano yung ginawa natin sa left side, ganun din dapat ang gagawin natin sa right side. So the square root of c squared is c. And ang square root naman ng 2009 is 44.83. And that is the value of side c. Let us now summarize what we have learned about this lesson. So we talked about the 6 trigonometric ratios na may mnemonic or acronyms or abbreviation na SOHCAHTOA, COTA, o SECA, COSECO. So using these mnemonics, malalaman na natin kung ano yung formula ng bawat trigonometric ratio. So we have the sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, and cosecant. So, let's talk about first the sine theta. Again, yung theta ay nagre-represent sa given angle. So, sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, or SO. Next is the cosine or ka. Cosine theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Next is the TOA. Tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Next is the cosecant or CSC, which is the opposite of sine. This is coseco, hypotenuse over opposite, or 1 over sine theta, followed by the secant or seca. So secant theta is equal to hypotenuse over adjacent, or 1 over cosine theta, kasi kung mapapansin nyo, ang secant ay reciprocal lamang ng cosine. Ang cosecant ay reciprocal ng sine. And the last is the cotangent, na may formula na cotangent theta is equal to adjacent over opposite, or 1 over tangent. Dahil ang kotao or cotangent ay opposite or reciprocal ng tangent. Sana ay nakatulong ang video na ito sa inyong lesson. Thank you for watching. If you have questions or suggestions, feel free to comment below. Enjoy learning mathematics. God bless us all!